so long. And now I think the time is just right as we approach our 600 Solitaire special. So let's open this up and see what we will be playing with here. Alright. A nice little sassy Joker. I kinda like it. And some nice designs with this face cards. And it looks like that continues throughout each. So let's put our Jokers and promo with the gaff back in the box. And get ready for our first game of the night. And just because I know some of you were wondering, there it is. Let's get this one underway. I'm excited. Just a week away before our 600th, and I'm just at a loss for words. A lot has been happening, and it just feels like a much needed relief, and I'm excited for that one to come out. I'm very tired, by the way, and I hope you are too. So, as we get into this first game, please get yourselves nice and comfy, and let's begin our night of Solitaire. I kind of like the little sadistic clown theme here. The caution tape seems fitting. The old school controllers on the back. And let's see a face card come up right here. Oh, dang it. Well, not a bad start. Let's get this going, as there is a little bit of a draft right there. Alright, we have some copycat sevens. And double tens. Let's get this one underway. Triple tens to start. Not too promising, but you know, we're not gonna give up. Alright, can you stop giving us repeats? There we go. So it's not looking too great so far. But I think we have the cards in our hand to potentially turn this around. And we receive yet another 7. We needed that ace. Throw that king to the left, and we are stuck with double tens, double nines, double sevens, and double fives. There's a queen. Move the jack. Another queen, waiting for another jack. And there it is. Let's go with the shorter one, since we do have a king waiting. Make that 2 kings waiting. I'm still a bit worried since we still have double sevens and double nines, regardless of the quadruple kings. But you never know with this game, don't you? As now, oh, almost. I was gonna say we have our first fat stack, but that's not really true. Put down that 2 and let's go with this king. As we have a much different game at hand. Nowhere for that 6, 7, or 8. All we can do is build that 3, 4. Wow, after all of that, we still come up just a bit short as once again, nowhere for that 6, 7, or 8. Well, at least we had a nice game that picked up to start off our night. On to game number 2. Good signs. Let's see the final 4. As we had double 4s. So this past week, I've really been reflecting on this journey to 1000 of when it initially started. And just the growth of the channel, I guess, but mainly thinking about the future of this channel. And once we get to 1000, just exploring that thought again. And it's very interesting humoring that, because something I've noticed with YouTube, I think we all know this now, is that anyone can have a channel, so it seems like there's such a high saturation of stuff you can watch, and very quickly channels could be categorized as whatever. Like, they have to be very specific or niche to be somewhat noticeable, I guess. And if you don't like that niche or don't like one thing different that person may do, you could just go on to the next one and find something more to your personal taste. And I think that is a double-edged sword in a sense to having such a wide array of options that it could be a little bit detrimental at a point. I don't know, I've just been thinking how just naturally this channel's been cornered a bit into just Solitaire when that was not the initial intention. And that's why this journey to 1000 is kind of big, because I picture, or I idealize it as being, actually there you go, just a chapter in this channel's history. A little insight for those of you who don't know. I don't know if I shared this part, but from the beginning of this channel's conception, I wanted it to be a channel that just kind of grows old, in a sense, with you. So when you first start watching, let's say, you're in your mid-30s, or just for an example, or your early teens, and you start watching this channel, I'm either, in a sense, I could be a brother figure, older brother, younger brother, and as I mature, more so maybe in a sense of a fatherly figure, or guidance, a helping friend, whichever it may be. And I really like that thought when I first started this channel, and that's what I kind of keep reminding myself, because it's easy to get fixated on just doing like a Solitaire video every day or something. But that's why I like to talk to you and know a So it's kind of exciting to me. Well, actually, not kind of, it's very exciting for me to imagine the future of this channel as we age, find different things together that we like, maybe not like as much, like a lot, or we're just kind of indifferent towards, but just enjoy it either way. And just experiencing that together and knowing the character of a person. That's what I find so fun for me. Whenever I had friends, like growing up, I would always do my best to understand them and why they are why they were, how they were. So it's easier to find the connections as opposed to finding the differences. And that takes me back to what I was saying about YouTube initially, is that I think we all find people with a lot of similarities in how we think. And when someone says something that contradicts a certain thought or viewpoint, it is very easy to find someone else who agrees with that and just disregard the other. I'm not saying that just for myself, but as for other people, since it's so much easier to kind of, I don't know, mingle around in a sense. Not that that's bad, but I think in a very silly sense, it could be a bit like dating. Some people like to date a lot to get to know lots of different people. Some people enjoy dating just a little bit and want to kind of figure things out as we get our first win of the night. Awesome. And they're just a little bit more hesitant to having multiple, I don't know, partners, I guess. But at a point, I think most of us would just like to settle down and not be so explorative. Maybe that's just a cultural thing or something. It's just something I've noticed that's different than myself, so I try understanding it a bit as we have all of these spades in order, ace to king, along with all of the clubs, ace to king. Next, the hearts, followed by the diamonds. Victory shuffle time. I forget where I was at exactly, but I think I wanted to get to the point is, it really is nice coming to do this every night, getting to know you a little better through little interactions, or feeling like you get to know me a bit more. And it's just such a highlight in the day now. And there are things I wish I could share, but I just don't think it would be, I don't think appropriate's the right word, or just be the best time to. But also at the same time, I think speaking on those matters might make a connection that was once before a little bit weaker become much stronger, and at the same time make a stronger connection a bit weaker. But if it helps somebody, that's where it really would be nice to explore that idea. Yeah, just a lot of things going on. I wish I could talk to you more on. Isn't that funny? More about. But I think it's best to always analyze, self-reflect, assess, and do your best to understand. And I don't think I should rush the process too much. But anyway, on to game number 3, and let's give this deck its rating. I hope you get what I'm trying to say, because I don't think I know what I'm actually trying to say either. Now with that being said, check out my new merchandise. I am now selling a blanket that is $2.5 million. It is the size of a micro scale mouse set. So 4 by 4 millimeters, made of the finest cardboard that you can imagine. Ooh, actually let's do that. And let's begin game number 3. I always thought that was a bit irritating when people would do that. Not just on YouTube, but in general, but it's easy for us to relate more with a YouTube person using something that's trendy, or I don't know what the terms are exactly, but using another negative circumstance to uplift themselves, to paint them as a better person. I hate that stuff. And a lot of times with stuff like that, you see creators like say, oh, I forget, but they always just plug I just merchandise, I guess, with a sad story to get pity, and in a sense manipulate, but that's always screwed up in my opinion. I say that because I wanted to kind of explain my channel memberships before this video, but now I just won't, since I don't feel like it is a bit in the right tone. Gosh, I bounce around a lot with what I say and think. I confuse myself sometimes. I honestly thought we were about to lose this one. But enough on that matter. I said we would rate this deck, so let's rate this deck. So initially, I had a very good first impression of not just the deck, but the design and cards. But playing through, I have realized that the texture of the cards is significantly lacking, as well as the design. It's not bad, it's just not great. You always have to, in a sense, well, depends, appreciate effort. But I don't know, it doesn't make too much sense. I know when I got this deck, it was at the beginning of searching for new and interesting decks. So anything that sounded obscure or interesting would instantly pique my attention, as there's nowhere for that king 10 or 5 on to game number 4. And I'm just quickly seeing and feeling that this isn't too great of a deck. It doesn't make too much sense. The texture isn't great. The designs are nice. If it were just like the Pixel Kingdom or something like that, I don't know. It would be better, as we have quadruple 4s. What the heck? Hiding from us there with triple jacks. Oh no, I guess it's more of like a cutesy deck, and it's just meant to disappoint in a sense. It's not bad. Just to our standard of decks, it's probably like a 6 out of 10. Nothing bad about it, but definitely nothing good or great. It just kinda meh. That's cool, I guess. just got very tired. I think usually about around game 4. That's when the yawns really kick in. Let's do this. There we go. That's a promising looking start. And just off the bat, we have double kings down, with a chance at a third. But triple sixes looming. How back and forth this game could be never ceases to amaze me. I just got incredibly drained of my energy. Oh, and I just realized there are different art designs on each, ever so subtly. But still, I did not notice that. I thought they were the same across the board. So I'll raise that 6 to a 6.5, because I have a feeling it did that with the other cards, face cards as well. Yeah, that doesn't look familiar, so it must be the case. As we receive our second ace, but still find ourselves in a bad situation. Alright, let's hope for a 7, 8, 9 in that order. Black, red, black. Well, we got the red 8, but not the black 7 or black 9. Come on, black 9, black 7. Nope. There's the black 7. Show us the black 9. That's a 3. Awesome. There is the black 9. And let's see. What do we need? A red queen. Or that works. I don't even know at this point. That works. Black 4. Red queen. Black 4. Black queen. Black jack. Then a black 4. Okay, much different situation. Yet similar problems still exist as we receive a fat stack to our left. And once again, 2 fat stacks. But we need some aces, which I don't think we will get, as there's nowhere for that 7, 6, or 8. No other place to make, so we move on to our final game of the night. Well, if you really want to be picky about it, they're actually, no, not being picky, it's just being thorough. We're still alive. Move that 4, drop that 5, move that 5. lightly as we put down that 7. Is there anything else we could do? 6. Give it a second. We could play this 4. But will it help? And ultimately, we reach the same result. Nowhere for that 7 or 8. Now no other play to be made. And there it is. Game number 4 is now said and done. 6 cards left unturned. Let's see what they were. Double aces. Final game. Here we come. Alright, here we go. Last shuffle and last game. Several fat stacks on the night with the win. We boost our stats. Let's see if we could add any more before this game is said and done. As we have a start so far that's tough to gauge. Don't want to see the double 3s. Alright, there is potential, so let's get this one underway. I didn't say how much potential, but there is potential. It's so funny to me how much you were talking at the beginning and just very quickly how it kind of mellowed out. And that is our third play, I believe. There is a red 6. Now show us a red 4. Drat. As now we have triple 3s. I saw that one coming. No surprise here. But now, there's a chance to keep us going. Black 8. Move that king. Still with the triple 3s, but now in a little bit of a better spot. Here we go. Oh, what the heck? I didn't even know we had that ace. Good. 7. Fat stack once again, so we add another stat to our line. But is that it for tonight? I think so, since we don't have, what's the word? The ace of diamonds. So, nowhere for that 7. King. And lastly, king. A good night all around, surprisingly, but just a bit short of making a win happen on our final game. But with that being said, we are officially another step closer to 1,000. A couple steps away from 600. And let's see the final cards left unturned, as we had a lot of doubles with triple fours. There we go, my friend. That's it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed. You know I did. Interesting deck. Honestly, didn't know what the expectation was, but somehow it fell a little bit short, but who cares? I hope you have yourself a relaxing remainder of your night. Many sweet dreams, and until we meet again, stay safe and eat your fruits and vegetables.